Hi, my name is Christy Acuna, and I'm owner of Holistic Nutrition Center right here in Newport Beach, California. And today we're going to talk about labs. One of the ways and primary tools that I get to the root cause of your health challenges is through our labs. I have a functional nutrition practice, and the labs definitely help us to evaluate in a more comprehensive way your hormones, your gut function, and your whole body well-being. So today we're going to talk about each one. The first one we're going to start with is urine. The urine hormone analysis is one of my favorite. One of my focuses is fertility. In fertility, it's very important to understand the whole body wellness, especially the hormones. So the urine hormone test really helps me to get to the bottom of what's going on with the hormones. Now, traditionally, we just get blood tests where we'll see progesterone, testosterone, and estrogen, which is fine. It's just a basic view. But we want a more comprehensive, in-depth view. And we get that through the urine hormone test. And this is not just for fertility. This is for anyone dealing with any hormone challenges. Maybe you don't have a regular period. Maybe you get migraines near your cycle. Maybe the hormone shift and transition creates body aches for your body. We have seen it all, and everyone has different symptoms. So this isn't just about fertility, but it's really about getting to the root cause of the hormone imbalance. So, for example, the urine test is great because it's going to show all the hormones that metabolize and funnel through the body. And one of the most important things to understand about your hormones isn't just a number and reference range, but to understand that are my hormones and precursor hormones converting into the right hormone and going down the right pathway before they become the testosterone, progesterone, and estrogen. These are all really important things to see. So it's very important to understand that. We want to make sure that the conversion process is happening, that the pathways of the hormones is happening. They are going down safely and effectively. And we also want to make sure that your body is responding to stress well. And we can see that through the urine hormone test. I can see your cortisol levels, your cortisone levels, and much, much more. Now, the next test that we do is a saliva adrenal test. The saliva adrenal test is fantastic. It's actually called the saliva hormonal test, but I can see your adrenal cortisol through this test. So what you do is you're spitting into tubes and we're evaluating your hormone free flowing. The difference between the saliva and the urine is that the saliva is free flowing hormone. The urine is looking at your hormones, making sure they're converting and metabolizing through the body safely and effectively. So with the saliva, I can see your cortisol levels. Your cortisol is a hormone produced by your adrenal glands. And your adrenal glands are little glands that sit on top of the kidneys. There's two of them on the right and the left. And they put out hormone to keep up with your stress. They modulate with you throughout the day. They wake you up in the morning. They put you to sleep. They're even there with you when you're slamming on the brakes because that person in front of you slammed on the brakes. They're helping you to react to stressful situations throughout the day, or even allergies, which is definitely a season all of us have to suffer through. So looking at your stress levels and looking at your adrenals through saliva is extremely important, and also is another important tool in helping us to make recommendations for you. Our next lab that we use is our stool, our GI stool test. It is fantastic because it really helps us to unlock what's going on in the microbiome. If you're dealing with digestive issues, whether it's acid reflux, heartburn, bloating, chronic gas, whatever the digestive issue is, this test really helps us to unlock, is there a microbiome imbalance? Could there be a hormone imbalance? What is going on? So the stool test gives us over 200 pathogens that we can actually see in the test. So it's a really great way for us, give us more data in helping to make recommendations for you and putting your program together. Our next tool that we use is our blood test. There are multiple different blood tests, but one of the blood tests that we put together is a woman's and a men's panel. So we can see different types of things in your blood. Now, blood is a basic view. for some things, but for other things, the serum blood is a main tool to use in looking at, for example, your cholesterol, your glucose for your blood sugars, as well as your thyroid. Looking at a full thyroid panel view is essential, especially in your hormones. You cannot go wrong running all these different tests. It's only more data for us to put together a whole nutritional program built just for your body's needs. Because that's important, right? We want to get to the root cause. We don't just want to run a blood test and say everything checks out and is normal. And that's a traditional thing, is just to run a blood test, look at it and say everything's normal. Well, one of the most important things when running these tests, the urine, saliva, and the blood test, is to know where you're at with a cycle if you're a female. If you're a female that doesn't have a regular cycle, or you don't have a cycle at all, and that's why you've stumbled upon my video because you want to know if natural health can actually help bring it back, the answer is yes. But the most important thing is to take the test during a certain time of your cycle, whether it's a blood test, saliva test, or a urine test. Days 19, 20, or 21 is when we'll typically have you do it. If you don't have a cycle, or if it's irregular, then you can take it anytime. But we get these kinds of questions all the time, and types of cases all the time where people are looking to balance their hormones and get a better quality of life. Have you ever found yourself Googling to death? Your fingers are brittle and so exhausted because you are Googling, why do I have these symptoms? And you go out and you go to your local store and you buy a supplement. And before you know it, you've got a whole shelf of vitamin C, zinc, CoQ10, vitamin D, and you think, I'm doing everything Google told me. Why do I still feel this way? Yes, I'm sure you're shaking your head yes, as I'm saying it, because we get it all the time. And the truth is because you haven't pointed the laser at the target. You haven't gotten to the root cause. The problems are still there. So what we need to do is uncover those problems. And through our labs, it really helps us to get a functional view in making recommendations for you and your program. And if you have found yourself stumbling here and tired of being here and having these symptoms and you're just done, give us a call. Schedule your free 15-minute consult. We will get on the phone with you and connect with you about your symptoms, health history, and talk about what our program is like so you know all expectations of what it entails, how often do you come in or meet virtually. So give us a call, 949-872-2550, and visit us on our website, hncnewport.com. You can also schedule your free 15-minute consult right there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that I've answered some questions for you about functional nutrition and also helped you to understand that there's so many more labs out there and we have our hands on them and want to deliver for you. Thank you.